Hello, everyone, and welcome to the reading. My name is Ryland, if you're new to the channel, Spirit Name Medicine Eagle. And if you are coming back to the channel, hello, this is the first time I am doing a hands-only reading. With the camera facing the cards, I kind of just spontaneously felt called to do it tonight. Normally, I would have the whole setup over in the witch hut, but tonight I pulled a whole bunch of cards for you all at once, and I was like, I want them to be able to see the cards with me. And I know myself, I prefer this kind of reading sometimes, every so often. So why not try it? I'm also very interested for my own my own curiosity, like how the channeling feels different when, like the camera's pointed at me versus the cards. So anyway, that's not that important for you, but it is for me. Let's get into the reading. Oh, this is fun. I'm giggling. I had started this reading just before this, and then I kind of got scared and turned the camera off. But I was saying, 111 on the timer, this is a really big reading. This is a really big energy coming through here. I kind of feel like right off the top, this top row of energy feels like it's your energy. So I'm going to start reading there. You are such a powerful creative energy. I don't even think you understand how powerful your creativity in this life really, truly is. It's like I get the feeling you really underestimate it in this life. I mean, that's the artist's way, right? Any person who's really creative generally probably underestimates themselves at some point in life. And it can be a blessing and a curse, because it's like, oh yeah, like when you think less of yourself sometimes, it can cause you to create and try to improve and master your craft, but at the same time, that's not good for your soul either, to think that you're less than. So it's about finding that middle way. Anyhow, it's like you're so profound and you're so genius at what you do, and you have dedicated your life not just to being like this talented person with this, poetic voice or ability to create or what have you, but you're also very hardworking at it, and you've dedicated yourself to the path, even as difficult as it has been. You may not feel like that either. You may feel like, well, I've only just started, or I feel like I'm just beginning. Well, arts and crafts, being a creator, being an artist, I'm gonna get serious now. I feel like I can't be serious right now. Why? Maybe you're just silly. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's like you do take it seriously and you are seen as a very serious artist, but for some reason it's like you can't take yourself as a serious artist, as a serious craftsman, as a serious creator. And whatever you've accomplished thus far, it's like, it's just the tip of the iceberg of what you're going to create in this lifetime. And I was going to say, any artist, any person who practices a creative skill, it's a lifelong journey. It's a marathon. And you're constantly getting better and better. Sometimes you produce your best work like just before your deathbed. So there's no rush to being this great thing. You already are it, and you're already on the path, and you've dedicated so much of your time and your life to doing so. But there's this unease here around accepting that. But it's like you're a gem over here. These are the two sides of you. It's like over here, you're like, I'm not this thing. But look, it's like the flowers are growing out of this skulls. Like you feel like you're not much. You just feel like you're like the Walking Dead. But there's beauty. You create beauty everywhere you go. Even the things where it feels like there's darkness and death and nothing can grow, you allow things to grow in those spaces and places. You create diamonds wherever you go. And that's something too, is like diamonds are created under pressure, right? All of the difficult things you've gone through in your life, all of the pressures you've faced have made you this gem, have made you into this beautiful person. It's really, really beautiful energy. And I was going to say before, in your past reading, I got scared and turned off the camera. Like when you're on your own, you embody this energy here. You embody this. It's like you are such a, when you're in your own space and you don't feel like there are obligations or pressures on you from the outside world, and you don't feel like you have to show up in a certain way, you are just this like madman, genius, creative, like in your workshop, in your studio, in your, you know, your computer, your typewriter, like you're whatever it is. You're just so beautiful and you're so light. I get such a springtime energy from you. Could relate to being a springtime sign, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, but you don't have to. It's just I keep wanting to gush about this energy. But I feel like now we have to move to this lower row here and talk about this. No, let's not talk about it. Just kidding. We're going to talk about it. In some way in your life, I feel just as much as you have been this beautiful, brilliant light, you have also faced the complete opposite energy in other people and situations that you've faced. And maybe in yourself too, in your shadow. You've felt a lot of shame and embarrassment and humiliation in your life for who you are, is what I get, just as you are. But look at it, it's a heart, right? It's this heart. You are the heart. You are love. You're pure. But your heart has suffered at the hands of, well, I'm saying here, the enchanter, deception and trickery. People have not treated you kindly. People have not treated you very well. People may have even stolen from you. I mean, this you know, this little skeleton hand, this little dead hand, is grabbing this money bag here. That's what I perceive it to be anyway. Maybe you've had your literal money stolen. I'm very sorry if you have. I have. But just in general, you have been not treated fairly. I'm getting that you've faced like the narcissist, right? You've faced these people who took your kindness for granted and they used it against you. They took advantage of it in a lot of ways for very selfish reasons, just with a very like a lack of empathy. The peacock over here, right? This is their energy. It's like just peacocking around, just fully in the ego. It's very all talk, no action though too. It's like, I feel like people promised you things in your life, probably based on this creativity you have. Like, I feel you're such a light, right? And because you're so light, you've attracted this darkness. And like up here, this underestimating of yourself. Somewhere in your life, like in your early life, somebody told you that you are not who you really are. Like somebody made you feel smaller than you really are up here. You felt like this little skull here, when really you were the flowers growing out of the skull. Like you had this ability. And like, because you underestimated yourself, this is where why I said that earlier about the like thinking highly of yourself, but also thinking lowly of yourself as an artist. And it can be a double-edged sword because it's like, yeah, you're always improving and you're humble, but at the same time, when you think less of yourself than you really are, it invites in sometimes these energies here, like this peacock, right? These people who have big egos or who have deceptions and ulterior motives, and you're overly trusting and you're naive thinking, well, they can help me to achieve my dreams. Maybe they'll make me whole and who I'm supposed to be, when you already are up here, right? And I feel like you've been deceived in your life. And I feel like if you're watching this, you know this. You know this. You've not been treated right. And it's taken everything in you here, I feel, to stay true to who you are and to not get tangled up in wanting vengeance for this, wanting to take out your anger, right? With the gambler here, it's like you have lost a lot and you have taken a lot of risks in your life. And maybe that's this person too. It's like this person just kind of gambles in life. Like okay. What I'm getting is like whatever you've been through, it had nothing to do with you. It was everything to do with them. And yes, they may have been a mirror to some of your shadows. Absolutely. But this person does this. Like that's their thing. Or this energy, whatever it is. That's what they do. It's like they gamble. They play their hand, they play their deck, and they don't see people as people. They don't actually have true empathy for like who you are. They can't see all this. They can sense it, they can feel it, and they're attracted to it, but they can't actually see what you are in your fullest potential. They don't understand at a deep level like why it's important, the purity of it, the expansiveness of it, the true like essence of who you are. And because of that, this is really just a matter of, you being worth so much more, like being worth so much more than these energies that came in and did what they did to you. Like, this is so, I love too, this energy is like under you, because it really is vibrationally and energetically, this energy was very much like in a denser energy than you, and was really just using your vitality, your creativity, your essence to propagate and just like wheel and deal. I'm here. It's just so it's like slimy business person. Slimy, toxic ex. Anyway. You've still maintained this heart though, even through the pain, even through the struggle, even through the loss. Like, it's taken everything in you, I feel, not to retaliate. And I think that's a good thing that you haven't. Even if you've thought about it, even if you've wanted to retaliate, even if you've wanted to, like, I don't know, get one over. If you're in this situation right now, there are things that have to be done, right, to remove ourselves, and there's a process, but after the fact, when the dust has settled, and I feel like that's the energy here for most of you, the dust has settled on these situations, and even if it feels like you didn't get full closure, you're the one who creates your own closure. You don't have to wait for someone else to give you closure, as hard as that is. I've been through that before, where, you want closure from a situation, but you're never going to get it, because it's that dense energy, right? This type of energy likes to keep things open and negotiable, and they don't want it to end, because that's how they survive. That's how they get their fix. That's just their thing. They wheel and they deal, right? Everything's just so open-ended and non-committal. And that's the problem. That'll get them in trouble eventually. But you don't want to get pulled into that, right? And I don't feel like you have. You've been tempted, I feel, but you've held yourself in integrity. And that's the most important thing. Holding yourself in this integrity where you're like, you know what? Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks what happened here. And there parts of me that wish I could get vengeance and, set the tables right the way I see fit and turn the tables and all these things. Yes, there is. That's natural. That's human. But you already are this, right? This gem, these flowers. You have this. They don't. This is all they have. And karma, right? I don't always like to get into the like tit for tat energy, because I know that energy in my own life, but karma is a mirror. And look at these energies, right? Look at your energy up here. Your reality and what you get back in your reality is a mirror of this. What they get back in their reality is a mirror of this. So although, yes, they may have done these things to you in this humiliation and this deception and trickery, that only, it comes back on them. And your purity, your power, your creativity comes back on you too. The only thing here that has to be defined is like the line between the boundary, right? That's where that's all. And I'm saying it very simply, like, oh yeah, that's all, just draw the boundary. No, this can be very, very difficult to draw the line when you've been really entangled with an energy like this, because there are parts of you that have been tied up in it, right? Your sense of self, your sense of trust, your dignity and honor, right? Like, it feels like it's been betrayed and taken advantage of. That's one of the hardest things to try to take back. But you've been on a journey, very strongly taking this back for yourself. And you're creating a line now where this is all moving farther away from you. Okay, let's get into the tarot and find out more about this. Spirit. Well, let me take a sip of my tea first. Spirit, how can this collective create boundaries with this energy here? Thank you. Okay, I'll put that there for now. Yeah, there she is. We love her. I don't even know what my spread is right now, y'all. Okay, we're gonna move these over. Oh. This is not the clean girl aesthetic that I was envisioning in my head. Anyway. Interesting. Okay, so the Queen of Swords here is very clear. We love her. She's a boss. She's the boss. She says it like it is. She is not deceived by anyone. She sees through the BS. She sees through what's going on, right? It's funny, all these cards have kind of gotten like all entangled up in there. Yeah, it's like she sees that all these energies down here we're trying to hide under all these cards here. She sees what's going on. She doesn't pull the wool over her eyes. She doesn't let other people trick her into anything. She just sees it how it is, and she's very clear and blunt about how she sees it and how she wants it. Confirmation burp wants to come through here. And she says it like it is. She says what needs to be said in as few words as possible. She doesn't mince her words. She doesn't really argue either. I feel like she just kind of says it. Like, she kind of declares, this is the way it's going to go. And I think that's what you need to do here in this situation. And you're being called. The suggestion here is you just, it's a decision, really. You deciding, this is how it's going to go. I'm deciding that I'm cutting all of this off. I'm cutting off these. It's so interesting to me that it's like the High Priestess and the Hierophant came out reversed together, because these two are like the spiritual wisdom keepers of the whole entire tarot, right? Like, something really wanted to keep you trapped in the material plane. Something really wanted to keep you trapped from seeing your own bit, like all of this, right? Oh yeah, like your own inner spiritual power, your own inner knowing, like your own connection to the divine. It's like, I feel like whatever this energy was, it like, I'm kind of getting a vibe that it hates spirituality. It doesn't like your spirituality. It doesn't like how connected you are. It doesn't like how you're able to see things in this creative, artistic way, right? This energy does not like it. And it tried to keep you away from that. And it also tried to keep you from seeing like your ability to let it die, to let this whole thing, to set boundaries, to let this thing end. It's like there was some kind of murky illusion, yeah, like, and keeping you from being able to move forward. It's like something really wanted you to just stay trapped. It's so unconscious. It's almost like this energy itself was connected to like a larger entity. We gonna get into it now. A larger entity that was almost like causing them to do things that compulsively and impulsively that they didn't even know why they were doing it. But it's because they were connected to this larger, dark kind of like cloud entity, right? This collective entity that wanted, it was so it's like the unconsciousness, the darkness itself, attracted to your light, attracted to your power, attracted to your creativity, and it just wanted to like take it and like keep it and absorb it. This is very Scorpio energy as well here, Scorpio season. Like the darkness wanting to just absorb you. Ooh. And keep you from recognizing death is the Scorpio as well. Just your transformative power, your ability to be connected and to just have knowledge. I don't know, it's weird. It's like they didn't want you to have knowledge about yourself, about the way the world works, about how it all really is. Like it's like keeping you around, fed an illusion, and you breaking free from it and seeing something about yourself, about reality, about your own spirituality, about your deep depths of being able to transform and die and be reborn and to let something go and start anew and move on. Like something about that really threatened this energy. Yeah, I'm getting that it's not like I was saying that like, oh, it's simple, the boundary, right? But it's not clean cut, but it is here with this Queen of Swords. Like she's asking you here to make that clean cut here. Like I'm getting that there's not much more to do in this situation with this energy to separate from it other than to just make that decision to cut it off and reclaim these parts of yourself that you've lost or that have been suppressed. I don't think you've lost them, but I think they've been suppressed. Like I think these are parts of you that have maybe subconsciously you feel this energy like a cloud around you blocking you, and every time you start to venture into your spirituality or these deeper, darker depths of yourself, right? And when I say deeper, darker depths, I mean like your subconscious mind and like venturing into like what more is there to reality, what more is there to my shadow and about me, what more is there that I haven't seen and that I haven't recognized and become aware of. Like it's just that knowledge, right? And that ability to like move forward into higher awareness. Every time you've tried to do this, it feels like something is like lurking around you that wants to stop you from this, and I think it's because of just the like psychic connection to this energy. The Queen of Swords is like, no, you don't have to emotionally stay entangled in this. And every time you feel that energy, you just, hold that sort of truth and cut it. Be like, no, just no. And if you're in the process of removing yourself from this person directly or this energy directly, that's kind of the stance to take, is this Queen of Swords, I feel. Like detaching yourself emotionally from this and like recognizing what's been said here, right? That this is who you are up here. You're a gem. You can stand on your own 2 feet. Like you don't realize how much you can do on your own here, I feel. Hence why it's like you're involved with this other energy, because a part of you has like taken them on as a substitute for your own power. Like you have projected your own ability and your own power and your own sovereignty onto this other energy, but it's not the right energy. It's not supportive. It's quite gross, actually. So I want to find out more then. Okay, can we find out more about this, Spirit? Thank you. Oh, interesting. This spread has just become a mess. That's what this situation feels like. It feels like it's been a mess for you. It feels like all the pieces kind of just like, yeah, like they were once close together. And it's funny because, yeah, it's like the truth here. The truth is coming between. Let's pull them away from you. Yeah, see the light too, the reflection of the light. It's like the light is coming in, and it's like a higher light, the higher power, the spirit is coming in and like separating you from this energy right now, which is really beautiful. This, okay, I just had to clear my throat. Yeah, this has like really blocked your ability to express or to think clearly, and it's put you in such a bind with, yeah, see, it's like I'm having a hard time speaking now. You've had a very difficult time speaking your truth and expressing yourself because this energy is so, like, I'm getting that it's just so in your face. Like, you're so afraid of it being in your face too. It's like it has a power over you. It's not nice. I don't like it. And it's made you fear relationship. It's made you fear creating. It's made you fear like moving forward. Maybe even made you fear traveling, like going anywhere. It's kept you stuck, right? In fear. But underneath it all, it's also made you and making you much wiser, much more emotionally in tune, much more emotional. Like your emotional depth and your empathy for others. And I'm getting to like you standing up for others' emotions and understanding like the importance of emotions and why we have them and how they are our creative, they literally create, like emotions create our reality. They're the manifestation of our thoughts, which then starts, like our thoughts turn into emotions, which then turn into actions, which creates reality. And the King of Cups here he's like a steward of emotions. He's a steward of the emotional realm. He reminds me of Scorpio energy too. Just his depths and his ability to sort of, with that like Mars action energy, like direct that intensity and that current. And I feel like you have this deep emotional undercurrent. Of course you do, as a creative, as an artist. And you've been blocked here. And all this time, I think, in this cycle, it's made you a lot more empathetic and understanding. And you might think, well, why did I have to go through so much wasted time? And why did I have to go through so much pain? First of all, it was to reclaim the part of yourself that couldn't protect you in the first place from this. Second of all, it's so that now you can also be a protector of others. You're part of like I'm getting that you're almost part of like an artistic revolution, a creative revolution, an empathetic revolution, an empath revolution. It's kind of what's happening, I guess, in a lot of ways, reclaiming the power of the empaths and the creatives. Yeah, it's really beautiful. As difficult as it was, it's still very beautiful. And I want to see now what wants to come through. I want to see what wants to come through for what's coming now then. How can I ask this in the best way, Spirit? We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. That's what I'm hearing. But yeah, this truth is coming through to separate this energy, and I want to see what's coming for you here on the other side of this as you're working through and as you're clearing the remnants of this, because You are, and you have. And it's tricky because the focus can feel scattered. It can feel like one minute you're focusing on the future, and then the next it's like you're feeling that call pulled back into this energy. But it's about constantly always maintaining that Queen of Swords, right? Like just that boundary, right? That energetic and emotional boundary, using the power of your mind to say no, I'm not letting this take over. I'm not letting this consume me. I'm not letting myself get pulled into needing to do anything about this, because it's a lower energy. It's like below you is what I'm getting here. Yeah, you're gonna be coming out of this like this there we go. You're coming out of this stagnation and even depression, I'm hearing, for some of you, which I know is not to be taken lightly. It's very I've been through very long depressive episodes in my life, very difficult battles with it. In relation to me, I've been through this exact scenario I'm reading for you, so I'm in it with you. But yeah, the depression that can come from that, right? And what depression is in a lot of senses is it's our emotions that can't be expressed. It's our creativity that can't be expressed. It's all of this. It's just all of this emotion, right? Energy in motion. It's all this emotion that's become suppressed and stuck in our vessel that we can't move through, that we can't express, and it's overwhelming to the point that it numbs us, and then we go into depression because we can't resolve what has been placed upon us with what we've been through, right? And how stuck we feel. But you're coming out of that. On the other side of this, you're really coming out. And I'm getting a confirmation, Burp, yeah, that this is definitely what's happening for you. This is the potential. And there's emotional fulfillment. The 10 of Cups here. So much emotional fulfillment. So much abundance. Like the most you can possibly have. Just full-hearted pleasure, joy, play, childlike innocence. Everything that you lost being compensated for, I'm hearing too. Creativity. And what is the antidote to this stagnancy, this feeling of depression? It's creativity and expression. It's who you are. The antidote is you. It's you being you. And you may feel like you haven't been able to be you for a long time. But in that bravery, right, of standing strong in your boundaries, standing strong in valuing yourself, right, to having a stronger, like, masculine energy, I'm hearing too, regardless of your gender, having like a stronger, just protective, inner, fierce, like, no more. This is who I am, and this is who you are, and you don't come over here, and I won't come over there. With these types of energies, right? These lower, more narcissistic, icky energies. You're going to stand strong. You're going to stand firm. And you're going to be successful. And when I say successful, I mean you're going to have freedom. You're going to be living in your joy. You're going to be living in your promise. Your birthright, which is your creativity, your artistry. You get to have victory over this. And I do feel this energy is coming back through because of Scorpio season. This is kind of the theme of this month ahead, is like these reclaiming our empowerment, seeing where we've been giving our power away and getting entangled unconsciously or emotionally, merging with things that are not actually good for us. Where are we, directing our very precious life force and vitality and our energy? Where are we still psychically attached to people and places and things that are not healthy for us, are not good for us? The release of this is through you continuing to be you, being bravely, courageously you. I'm feeling like a Leo energy as well here. Brave courage. What information wants to come through here, Spirit, to close this reading? Because I feel like we're coming to the end. Uh, a lot of this is inner. Okay, yeah. This is the victory here for you might not look like much on the surface. It might not look like much to others either, right? Even to yourself. But internally, this is a huge leap in consciousness for you to remove yourself from this situation. And like the victory of what you've been through is enormous. Enormous. You've faced an internal battle and an internal move. You're going through like an inner moving on. This reminds me of, right, like it reminds me of external, like travel, going somewhere new, moving somewhere into a new place. But this is like internal, you going somewhere new within yourself, a new way of being, you persevering, you continuing to, again, yeah, like move forward internally, even though this has all been blocked. It's like you're deciding, regardless of it being blocked on the surface externally or whether it looks like you're being blocked. You're just going to be like, I don't care. I'm moving forward anyway. And that's just the way it's going to be. That's that Queen of Swords, right? That pizzazz, a little bit of sass, a little bit of feistiness. But not because you feel a need to fight this energy any longer, but because you're just so ready to really be this, to really create your gems, right? To really create what you're here to create, and you're already doing it. And this story is probably going to be something that you tell for the rest of your life. I feel like it impacted you a lot. It did. This is part of your soul lesson, your soul contract here. Like, you went through this because it was a huge part of your self-realization, and you should pat yourself on the back for that. And the story you tell yourself about it will continue to evolve as you heal from it and as you continue to move on. But you just have to keep moving on. In time, it will feel more and more distant. And when this energy tries to come back in, tries to come back knocking, because I know that happens a lot, just remember your strength. Remember the strength you cultivated to get through this, how you survived it, how you got away. Like, that's huge. So continue to stand strong in that. Keep moving forward. Continue to hold yourself in high esteem, because you're beautiful. And you should see it that way. So that's your message. I love y'all lots. This was really fun to do it this way. I kind of like the energy. It's like different, but nice. Yeah, all information for personal readings and my other offerings are in the description below. You can check out my other social media, my affiliate links, etc. It's all very appreciated, all of your comments and all of your time and energy. Thank you for letting me read for you today, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye.